Good afternoon and welcome to The Rundown. I'm your host, Captivating Christian, and here are some of your top stories for today, the 2nd of February. Police body cam footage shows officers lying, conspiring, and tampering with evidence in the Brittany Chrishawn Williams case. Brittany Chrishawn Williams was brutalized after police trespassed on her property in Jacksonville, Florida. Released body cam footage exposed the lies the officers told, and video of a Rochester officer pepper spraying a 9-year-old. Police say the girl was eventually taken to the Rochester General Hospital. And a memorial to Representative John Lewis will replace a Confederate monument at Georgia's DeKalb County Courthouse. And American Airlines charges a woman an African American service fee. And supporters defend Stacey Abrams after the GOP Stop Stacey campaign emerges. And several pro-Trump rioters never bothered voting in the election that they tried to overturn. And Reverend Jesse Jackson hospitalized. Let's get to the news. Brittany Chrishawn Williams, the award-winning police brutality filmmaker who was brutalized by police and left with broken teeth and permanent nerve damage, has finally received the body cam footage after a 7-month-long wait. This footage exposed the lies the officers and part of the body cam footage released by prosecutor Richard James, who then edited to protect the police. There were random sections of the video where some of the audio was removed. These are sections that happened to be extracted the moment that Brittany Chrishawn Williams had already described in the affidavit of facts that she wrote in her affidavit back in May of 2020 that she heard the officer plotting to conspire against her and jokingly about being able to get away with illegal acts. This major issue must be brought to light because police officers should not be able to edit body cam footage to protect themselves and convict innocent people.
No, stop.
It's a News4 Jack exclusive. The Jacksonville woman seen in this police body camera video is talking to us about the day JSO arrested her earlier this year at her East Side home.
And we must warn you, the video could be considered to be disturbing. News4 Jack's reporter Zach Lashway talks to Brittany Williams about what she says happened this day.
I was in the middle of applying my clay mask.
Brittany Williams' day of rest and relaxation,
I'll never forget,
was about to be over.
So I go outside and I say, "Hi, officer, can I help you? How can I help you?"
A Jacksonville sheriff's officer was parked in her driveway and she wanted to know why.
He just immediately started to just yell at me and tell me things like, I can be here if I want to, and just, this is a public lot, and things like that. That was just absolutely ridiculous. But I'm like, I'm gonna call for backup, And when I told him that, I was like, I'm gonna call 911 to report you. He laughed at me and he was like, they're just gonna call me anyway.
According to the arrest report, before Williams called JSO, the officer told her he backed into the driveway because he thought it was a vacant property and was just checking emails while traffic was backed up. The report goes on to say Williams told the officer to leave and then threw a spoon with an unknown green substance at him while he was sitting in the car.
Here they come.
4 more officers arrive.
Why is he here?
Why are you here? And why are y'all smirking? Baby,
No, stop. Please, stop. Please, bro, please, man, that's my girl. Please, bro, don't take her to jail.
Now you're going to jail.
you're just mad because I'm a black girl?
No, because you battered a law enforcement officer.
I
Then
battered
you
him?
kicked me.
I kicked you?
Get in. Kick somebody else again.
Arrested and charged with battery and assault on an officer and resisting arrest.
She kicked me when I was inside. Go somewhere. Unless you want to be a witness to it.
The arrest report states while Williams was taken into custody, a semi-automatic pistol fell off her person and onto the floor.
I have a right to protect myself and have a weapon inside of my house. That was just a reason and an excuse for them to attack me. I also had, until recently because of this situation, a concealed weapons license. If I wanted to even carry it, I legally can do that.
Williams did let the officers know she had a gun before being taken into custody, according to the report.
They broke my teeth on the floor right there in front of the stairwell.
You know, looking at the video, there's a lot of empty space.
Alex Picaro is a criminologist and a professor at the University of Miami. Did you see excessive force?
I saw a lot of force, yeah.
News4Jack's crime and safety expert, Ken Jefferson, a retired JSO officer with more than 24 years on the force, disagrees.
In this case, I didn't see any excessive force being done. They were trying to restrain her.
Do you think police acted in line with department protocol?
I can say that they did some things that were in line and some things that were probably a little too much.
They acted in line with department protocol as far as executing the arrest. They did not act in line with protocol of just leaving that area when asked to do so.
Altercations actually get worse as they go along. They don't get better. And that's what we saw here.
What's the obligation from the department after seeing this video?
I have always recommended to police chiefs and police departments to be in front of the story and to be as open and honest as you can at every step of the way.
This is all backed up over here.
Here's some of the conversation between the officers captured on police body camera video the day of the incident.
Why not? I'm out of the roadway.
Just be sure when you write your narrative, and there's no real examples on it. I did not activate my camera immediately because I was not anticipating citizen reaction. I pulled over here real quick.
Williams says she was brought to this empty lot just yards away from her home. She says they were here for a period of time before they brought her to jail.
There's nothing illegal with that. The question is, was that appropriate?
Do you think race plays a factor in this case?
I don't know. I don't know. Again, I don't know the mindset of the officer.
Why are you here? Okay. Why are y'all smirking?
It just did not have to go this far. Would an officer go to another type of neighborhood and sit in someone's driveway without permission? I can tell you the answer to that, and the answer is more than likely no.
JSO declined to comment as this is an active criminal investigation. We put in a request for the 911 call and the files on the 5 male officers involved in this case. We should mention Williams does not have a criminal record. She faces up to 10 years in prison for battery and assault on an officer and resisting arrest. Her attorneys say they believe after the state attorney's office reviews the evidence in the case, they will drop all charges against her. I'm Zach Lajway, Channel 4, the local station.
Brittany Williams and her husband say at the time of the incident, they were on edge because it was just 2 months to the day that Breonna Taylor, a black woman in Louisville, was shot and killed by police inside of her home.
The police in Rochester released 2 body cam videos on Sunday of officers restraining a 9-year-old girl who was handcuffed and sprayed with what police call a chemical irritant.
Come on. I'm gonna punch you and I don't want to. So sit back. Then sit back. Come on. This is your last chance. Otherwise, pepper spray's going in your eyeballs. Come on, let's go.
Alright, keep me safe for a minute.
Come on. I want my dad. Come on. I'm gonna go get him. Now sit back. Come on. I will fix it. I will fix it.
Dear, why you just stop for a second and take a deep breath. Hey, just stop.
Please. I will get your dad.
No, you said that you were gonna pepper spray me. No, please, no, stop.
Sit back.
Oh, I got a bad arm.
Just spray her.
No, I have
Just
a bad
spray her at this
arm.
point.
Stop.
Dear.
Stop.
I got her.
I got her.
The release of the videos, the Rochester mayor, Lovely Warren, expressed her concern that the child was harmed during this incident that happened on Friday. A total of 9 officers and supervisors responded to a report of a family trouble. On Friday, the girl can be heard in the body cam video from officers on the scene, screaming frantically for her father as officers tried to restrain her. Officers tried to force the girl into the patrol car, but she pulled away and kicked them. In a statement on Saturday, the police department said that the actions required an officer to take the girl down to the ground. The Rochester Police Department has faced scrutiny since the death of Daniel Perdue last year, after police officers from the department put a hood over his head and pressed his face into the pavement. According to CNN, the DeKalb County of Commissioners have recently approved plans to build a memorial in Decatur, Georgia, in honor of John Lewis, who represented Georgia's 5th congressional district in the House for over 30 years. Even better, the memorial to longtime congressman and civil rights icon will replace a 30-foot Confederate monument that stood in front of the DeKalb County Courthouse for over a century. As Brian and her boyfriend were traveling out of the Charlotte Douglas Airport on Thanksgiving Day, they checked in with American Airlines and checked in luggage without incident. But when she reviewed her bank statement that Saturday, she found a peculiar charge, an African service charge. Brian wasted no time contacting the airline to get to the bottom of the matter, but couldn't get an answer from the sales representative. She then proceeded to take screenshots of the service charge on her bank statement as evidence. And for 2 months, she tried unsuccessfully to get answers, but only got the runaround from both the airlines and her bank. The bank told American directly, "We don't have anything to do with that. When you put something into your system, we charge it as the merchant's charged." American Airlines has issued a statement saying that the customer alerted American to the offensive labeled baggage fee on her bank statement in mid-December. "We were disturbed by what we saw and immediately launched an investigation to understand what occurred. The baggage fee was purchased to a self-service kiosk in Charlotte. Our team members are unable to change the text when proceeding to charge and determine the issue originated within credit card company and bank issue. We reached out to MasterCard, who confirmed that American submitted the baggage fee information correctly during the payment process, and MasterCard is conducting its own investigation." In the wake of losing the Georgia 2020 runoff election, GOP leaders and strategists are scrambling to launch an attack against the one woman who made it possible for the Democrats to win in her state, Stacey Abrams. Abrams, who lost the 2018 gubernatorial race against Republican Brian Kemp, launched her organization Fair Fight in order to combat voter suppression in Georgia. Thanks to the efforts of Abrams and other grassroots organizations and organizers, John Ossoff and Reverend Raphael Warnock were able to clinch the 2 Senate seats needed from their incumbents last month. Joe Biden also won the state and became the first Democratic presidential candidate to do so since 1992. The group's attempt to suppress Abrams' potential run in 2022 in a rematch against Kemp for the Georgia gubernatorial seat. The group's attempt to suppress Abrams' potential 2022 rematch against Kemp for the gubernatorial seat and announce her campaign. However, after flipping the historical conservative peach state blue, people online shared their doubts about the GOP's ability to stop this political powerhouse. Hey, this is Captivating Christian here to remind you to tune in to Politics and Wellness every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Politics and Wellness every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Thousands of Trump supporters rioted the U.S. Capitol building last month to overturn the results of the 2020 election. But CNN investigation found that some of them didn't even bother to vote last year. CNN found that several incidences of Trump rioters who never bothered voting, including Trump repeatedly throughout the 2020 campaign insisted that the election was being fraudulently conducted, and he warned that his supporters about the Trump repeatedly throughout the 2020 campaign insisted that the election was being fraudulently conducted and warned that his supporters were being purportedly in danger. Trump repeatedly throughout the 2020 campaign insisted that the election was being fraudulently conducted and warned that his supporters the dangers posed by mail-in voting. And be sure to join Jay Wilson, Rebel Sun, The Official Kingpin, Conscious TV, and Captivating Christian this and every Thursday at 6:45 Central Standard Time, 7:45 Eastern Standard Time for the Gentleman's Panel. And Reverend Jesse Jackson is in the hospital according to the Rainbow Push Coalition. The organization announced on Monday that Jackson was recently admitted to the hospital for abdominal discomfort. He underwent surgery and is expected to be discharged in a few days, according to the organization. Jackson, who is a civil rights activist and the former Democratic presidential candidate, in the 1980s founded the Chicago Rainbow Push Coalition back in December of 1996. The coalition is a multiracial that deals with multi-issues, progressive international organization. After a routine medical observation, successful surgery ensued and Reverend Jackson is resting. He is in good spirits and will be discharged in a few days. Thank you for your continued love, support, and prayers, the coalition has said in a statement. Once again, thank you for watching CCN Midday News. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also hit that notification button so you will never miss another news update. Have a great day. Peace.